Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of November 17th through the 23rd, 2025. So we're going to pull 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Philly Tarot to celebrate the Philly Marathon on the 23rd, which I will be participating in. So if you want to watch me struggle for my life, feel free to join. First card out for you is Temperance in reverse, Aries. Okay, we're off to a strong start emotionally. A lot of things to navigate in terms of mental health, it feels, right off the bats. This could also be like your recent past. These past couple of weeks, you may have been battling some sort of waves of like mental health shadows or lowness, you know, whether that be like grieving or encountering old trigger points that maybe used to set you off into negative coping mechanisms or sort of getting you on a path of depression, anxiety, whatever. I'm picking up this sense of you being a lot more self-aware of your patterns when it comes to mental health and just sort of examining that and how to work with that. But let's see how this plays into this week. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. This is a really good sign. I feel like you guys are, I don't know why, I want to keep using the word extremely self-aware. And how you are combating these triggers or like your mental health is by staying very disciplined when it comes to things that you know is good for you and is going to make you feel good. Even when you don't feel like doing it, you still show up and do it. So for example, this could be making sure that you're eating 3 square meals a day that are nutritious and for the most part healthy. You know, it's okay to have like a nice like fatty fun meal here and there, but it's like I know it's going to make me feel good to actually feed my body regularly, so therefore I am going to do it. Or I know it's going to make me feel good to go on my daily walk, my daily run, my daily lift, like whatever you do exercise wise. Therefore, I'm going to show up and do it even when I don't feel like it. I'm just going to go. It's going to suck for the first couple of minutes, but once I get there, it's a win, you know? And that's the best thing you can do. And that's my best piece of advice for anybody who struggles with motivation. Where motivation ends, discipline begins. Just get yourself there. Okay, that's like the best thing you can do. Just get yourself there. When I used to lift weights all the time at the gym, I would say about 90% of the time I didn't feel like going, but I would just arrive to the gym. And then once I'm there, it's like, well, I'm already here. I can't just not work out and look like an idiot. So I would do something. And you know what? Oftentimes I actually did end up having a good session, you know, and sometimes I didn't. And that was fine because it's like, you know what? If all I can do is just a little bit today, that's fine. At least I showed up for myself, you know, so just show up, just do it. And if you perform poorly, that's still better than sitting on the couch and doing nothing. Okay. And this can apply to any area of life. For some of you, your problem might be that you need more rest and sleep. It's like, just show up to the bed and just turn off all your devices. It's like, if you're just going to sit there in the dark, then by all means, just sit there in the dark. At least you're resting. That's better than being overactive. You know what I mean? So 8 of Pentacles is a really great card to get right after Temperance in reverse because it shows you going from a little bit dysregulated and unstable emotionally to disciplined and showing up for yourself on a daily basis. So I really love that transition for you. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is your feminine energy. I am wondering if any of you guys are feeling a sense of like jealousy, or like I just kind of feel like you need to be aware of how awesome you are, how amazing you truly are. Because you just are. Hold on. Let's get some more cards here. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Very lovely sign. This is money. And also, I love that we go from the 8 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. Okay? Your hard work will pay off this week. Your discipline, showing up and just doing the gosh darn thing, even when you don't want to, just getting it done, being disciplined, that is your key to success. I would highly recommend working with Saturn's energy this week. So Saturn is the planet, the god of, basically it rules over the areas of our life where we don't receive help. where we're not privileged and we simply need to work really hard in order to become successful in whatever area of life Saturn rules in your chart. And to work with Saturn's energy, you need to be in this state of mind of, here's what I want to manifest, and here's exactly what I'm going to do to manifest it, and taking the action and showing up every day, even when it's hard. That is how you please Saturn's energy, okay? So if you want to get on Saturn's good side, because Saturn does reward people for showing up and putting in the hard work, okay? So if you want the rewards of Saturn, and also think of Saturn as a planet, it's massive. It is just, it can really make you quite prosperous in the areas of life that you apply its lesson and its energy, okay? So see where Saturn rules in your natal chart. That's the area of life that you have potential to become massively successful in, but you become massively successful in it by going without it, you know? Feeling lost, unprivileged in that area. And then because you experience the lack, you sort of enter this soul mission to experience the prosper. And along the journey of going from lack to prosperous in that area of life, you become a master at it. So that's the positive side of Saturn. You know, a lot of people have they're scared of Saturn's energy, but if you work with Saturn's energy, you can become very, very powerful. And I'm seeing that here for you this week. It's like you're just showing up and putting in the work, and you're just being disciplined, you're just being determined, you know, no excuses, and it's paying off for you. We have the devil, me and the devil, okay, Capricorn energy here, gritty, and then we have the Ace of Wands. So Capricorn energy, especially, well, the devil energy, especially when paired with Temperance in reverse, like I said, there could be some temptation here to go back and do things the old negative way. You know, for example, if you've overcome an addiction at all in your life, whether that's drugs, alcohol, a lot of people have love addictions, addicted to toxic love, addicted to self-destruction, you know, workaholic, whatever your vice is. We all have a vice. There could be some temptation this week, or at the time that you're watching this, you know, because it's like, I'm getting this message actually. It's always darkest before dawn. And I feel like you've been really working hard to achieve some sort of goal, trying to create some sort of momentum. And you're right at that point where things are about to get a lot easier and this prosperity is really going to start taking off. But it's like you've walked a very, very long way to get here. You know what I mean? It's like you're ready to sit down. And there's something here about... Sorry about that, Aries. My power just went out for 4 minutes. It's extremely windy out today. Life hack: if you live near a fire station, you usually don't lose power that long, okay? Anyways, winds of change. I feel like everything happens for a reason in these videos. So when I'm doing these readings, things like that happening, they're usually pretty big signs, okay, Aries? So what does that sign mean? Losing power, losing energy, losing momentum, getting distracted by some sort of big change. And also, think of wind itself. Wind spiritually represents change, okay? New energy blowing into our life, new stressors. Wind is great because it blows seeds around. It's very important for the environment. It blows dead leaves, dead branches off of trees. So it's very, very necessary. Change is necessary, is the wisdom of the wind. And so clearly you've been going through your own changes, your own growth, your own self-discovery. And with that, it can be stressful to stay committed, to keep going, to keep powering through, literally powering through. So the message here is don't lose that momentum. Don't fall back into old ways, and just keep yourself extremely grounded in your ritual, in your routines, and all will be well. And you'll experience this fresh, new, very motivational start. So I feel like towards the end of this week, you're going to be very, very inspired. There's going to be some happy, big new blessing coming in, or like finally some sort of, win coming in that keeps you motivated once again. So the big message here is don't fall into old temptation. And all will be well. Stay true to your dreams, stay committed, and we see pretty big wins, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. Doing those 3 things helps the channel out more than anything, especially commenting. So just spam the comments with positive energy. It really does help. And also, congrats. We are finally outpacing Capricorn. So if you're new here, Capricorn has been the biggest sign on my channel. I think 60% of my viewers were Capricorn. It was crazy. And finally, we're starting to see some growth in the other signs. So thank you if you're new here. Thank you if you're old here, for just existing and being an Aries. Okay. All right. Have a great day. Goodbye.